What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Six Pack Gaming, the #1 spot for fitness and health for gamers. I'm your host, Tyler Johnston, aka theAPEcoach, and today we are going to be using bands to help you keep getting gains while stuck at home during this, crazy time that's going on around the world. So, I've got a bunch of resistance bands here. There's like 4 different resistances, and these things are amazing for training at home. A lot of people think that you can't still build muscle or even maintain your muscle mass while at home. You can only do fat burning body weight stuff, but with exercise bands and your body weight alone, you can get in an amazing home workout. So today, that's what it's all about. I'm going to show you a killer full body workout that you can do anywhere, pretty much anytime, especially when you're isolated or stuck at home during the current pandemic that's going on. So let's get into it. We've got a bunch of exercises, like I said, that are going to be training the whole body. I'm going to move this camera because I just realized it's blocking the whole stream. All right, let me see if this works. All right, so we're going to be training the full body. We've got the different resistance bands. I literally just ordered these off of Amazon. They came with overnight Prime shipping, free shipping, and they came the next day. So if you're trying to stay in shape while you're at home, I definitely recommend just getting some of these. They're usually called resistance power bands. So they're the ones that are the full loops. I would definitely recommend these over the ones with those handles, the tube style, because I've just had way too many of those break, and they're a little less versatile, I think, than these. These you can really do anything with them. You can do so many different exercises and things because of that closed loop. So let's get it started. The first one, we're actually going to get the glutes and hamstrings, your whole posterior chain firing. So we're just going to do banded pull-throughs. All right, so what you want to do is just find somewhere that you can attach this. If you have some sort of beam or pillar around you, or anything sturdy, you're just going to loop the band around a bit lower. Okay, so you've got this, and then you're going to take the other end and you're going to tuck it through that loop, and that's going to make a little knot on that support. Then you're going to grab both hands like this. We're going to step out. Oh, let me just adjust this camera so y'all can see what I'm doing. All right, so you've got this attached low. All right, I'm going to just grab wherever there's tension right near the support, step out so there's even more tension, and then you're going to work your hip hinge from here. All right, so you're going to let your hips sink back into the resistance. Your hands are just holding the band. Here, I'll do it this way so you can see what my hands are doing. So my hands are just holding on to the resistance band, keeping that constant tension, and then you're going to stretch way back, let it pull you back, and then you're just going to hinge at your hips to pull yourself forward. You should really feel this squeezing in your glutes and your hamstrings. All right, so you can see I've taken a bit wider of a stance than shoulder width. My toes are pointed slightly out in line with my knees. So let me pull this out and I'll show you from the side here. So let the band pull you back into this hip hinge and then thrust forward. So we're going to do 12 reps here. 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12. All right, so, and to adjust the tension with these, again, because they're bands, you can literally just grab closer to the support, and that's going to increase the resistance. You can also, if this isn't enough with one band, you can just wrap a second band around and then pull with both, and then you have the tension of both bands put together. So like I said, these things are super, super effective and super versatile. So they're, in my opinion, they are the perfect home workout exercise tool or equipment. You know, they're as cheap as you can get when you compare things like you know, dumbbells and barbells and free weights. Like, I'm lucky enough, I have, you know, this full sort of home gym setup, but I know most people don't have that. Most people haven't invested in, you know, an entire whole home gym. Just the crazy ones like me who are super into training. But that's why I wanted to do this full resistance band thing, to show you that, like, even if you're at home, like, you don't need all this stuff. You just get some resistance bands. I think I spent, after tax, about 60 bucks on all of these bands and everything, and like, you can literally do hundreds of workouts with these. All right, so that was the first exercise. That was really just to get the patterning of that hip hinge in place, and then to warm up the glutes and the hamstrings. So now we're going to move into a squat, and because this is a heavier exercise, you're working a lot bigger muscle groups, I'm going to be using probably, I might stack up like 3 bands. I'm gonna see how this is first with 2. So try with 1 to start. Again, you can kind of adjust the resistance by adjusting how much you're stepping on of the bands, and then how low you grab as well. So you can make this super, super tense. I think I might have enough with just these 2 bands. So I like to stand about shoulder width apart. Then you're going to grab these bands almost in like an underhand hook grip, and you're gonna drive up to the top. Now you can either perform these as front squats if you feel, you know, sturdy like this, just holding them with your elbows kind of tucked into your ribs. I actually feel that this is really good tension. So the other really nice thing about bands is, as you drive up to the top of the exercise, the resistance increases because the band is stretching further. So it actually gets harder as you get to, you know, the top of the movement. Whereas a lot of times with free weights, with like dumbbells and barbells and stuff like that, it's usually kind of is the hardest right in the middle of the exercise, and then it gets easier at the top and at the bottom. Like, it depends on the exercise, but these things are like increasing resistance as you move them. So you can either do the front squat, or what I'll do here is pull it over top and sit it right on the back of my traps here, just like a regular squat. All right, and then we squat down, drive up through those heels. Remember to start with that hip hinge position. Okay, so your knees are staying pretty much the same angle. You're gonna start with the hip hinge, and then you're gonna let your knees bend, come down, and drive up. So you're gonna do 10 reps. 5, 6, 7, turn to the front. 8, 9, 10. All right. Whew. That was great. Even with just those 2, really feel that. I'm starting to sweat now, and awesome, awesome exercise. So ideally with these exercises, I would do 3 sets of each of these, but for the sake of, you know, saving time with the video, I'm just gonna run through 1 set of each, just to show you guys the full workout. And then you can do, you know, you can either do it as a circuit, do 1 exercise, then the next, and then repeat 2 more times, or you can just do 3 sets of exercise 1, 3 sets of exercise 2, and just continue all the way through until you're done. All right, so the next one we've got is a step back lunge. All right, so I think I'm gonna use the purple one again for this. My purple one is the heaviest resistance. I have here, I think it's up to 80 pounds resistance. So let me just try and adjust this camera so you can see a little better. I don't know if that really helped. So the key with this one, you're gonna step on the band with your front leg. Let me just try and get this. I think that's more important. So you're gonna step on the band with your front leg, bring it up and over. Again, I like to hold it like I'm doing a squat. You can also just hold it in front, like a front squat. And then you're gonna step back into a lunge. So the resistance is actually gonna lighten up at the bottom here. And then you're gonna drive through the heel of that front leg, explode to the top. And the resistance is going to increase as you drive yourself to the top. So this is an excellent single leg exercise to help work on your balance and coordination, as well as just strengthening that front leg. These are really, really good for working kind of like your entire leg, because you start working your hamstring and glutes in the bottom of it in that stretch position, and then as you drive to the top, it really engages your quads as well. So this is an excellent leg exercise. So we're gonna do 8 to 10 reps per side. I like to do all reps on one side with these and then the other, because then you can really just focus on feeling that pump in that specific side, like in that muscle, and then you switch sides. All right, so let's do it. 8 to 10 reps. Start with this one. And like I said, if you grab lower on the band, it's going to increase the tension and make this more challenging. So the only thing is you got to kind of find a position that works for your wrist. That's why I like to kind of flare my elbows into the band, because it helps to keep my wrists a little bit more neutral. All right, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew, feeling it. 9 and 10. All right. So try to, when you switch feet, try to keep your hands in that same position so you have the same tension on each leg. All right. So I'm not moving my hands from where they are on the band. Just step back down in the center. Pull it up once again. Whatever position you use for that first set, do the same for this, and then step back, drive up to the top. Step back, drive to the top. So you want to drop down until your front knee is about 90 degrees. And then explode to the top. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right. I am feeling that one. All right, perfect. Now that is it for the legs. Now we're gonna move on to the chest and back. We're gonna do this as a superset. So we're gonna do one exercise and then the other without any rest in between. So as you can see, I did that same sort of knot up here. If you missed it with the leg one, basically, you're just taking the band like this together. You're wrapping the whole thing around some sort of beam or support. And you're gonna have a little open loop, okay? Hopefully you can see that. A little open loop. You're gonna take the long end and you're gonna pull it through that loop, and that is going to create a nice little anchor point, nice little knot on this beam here. All right. Now, for this, we're gonna do single arm. You can do this if you have kind of a narrow enough space. You could wrap it around both, which would make it better for doing both sides at the same time. But we're going to Just wrap it around. We're gonna do one side at a time. So we're gonna start with the back. All right, so the goal with these is to stretch out the lat, so this whole big meaty part of your back here. That's what kind of creates that V taper in your back. So you're gonna grab your band, you're gonna step out so you got some tension here, all right? And then you're gonna think about pulling back with your elbow to really squeeze. You should really feel a ton of tension in the lat here, all right? So we're gonna do 8 to 10 reps per side. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It should kind of feel like you're starting a lawnmower. That's sort of the motion you want to feel, but you don't want to pull with your bicep, with your arm. You're not curling it up, you're pulling your elbow back, all right? And you're trying to keep your body square with it as well. You're not just twisting your body, you're keeping it square, and you're pulling with that elbow to really squeeze the back. Now we'll do the other side, same thing, stretch. See if I can get a bit of a different angle. Stretch, pull. Perfect. Now we're gonna do chest. So all we do with this, we keep it in the same spot. I just grab right in the middle of the band here like this. Take a step out so there's tension, and then you're just gonna pull across your chest to about midline with your body. How's it going, everyone? Ooh. Oh shoot, thanks for the follow, man. Michael Callum. So, that means every new follower on the channel, I gotta stop what I'm doing basically and do 10 burpees. So we're gonna do that right now. Thank you for the follow, appreciate the support on the channel. Let's get it. 2, and 10. Perfect. All right. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. If you want to support the channel even more, I'd like to do a bunch of these workout streams, things like that. Obviously, with everyone being stuck at home right now, or the majority of people, I'm doing a exercise band edition, complete home workout. I also have some body weight workouts on the YouTube channel as well to help you guys stay fit and healthy during this pandemic. But yeah, if you want to support the channel even more and see me do some more work, every new subscriber is 50 burpees that I got to do on stream. All right, so follow is 10 burpees. You can see I'm already a bit out of breath because we're in the middle of the workout from those 10, but every new sub is 50 burpees, and that includes the prime subs as well. All right, let's get these chest flies now. So let's work the chest. So we're gonna do 10 reps each side here. 2, 3, and I'm really focusing on bringing my elbow across my body with these. 8, 9, 10, and then we're gonna switch other side, same sort of thing. So get some nice tension in there, and then keeping the arms straight, you're bringing it across to midline with the body. 10, all right. So we've worked the legs. We started out with a band pull through to work the glutes and the hamstrings. Then we did some some banded squats with 2 of the bands, just wrapping around, do the squats. And then we did the step back lunge. And now we've done single arm rows along with chest flies. All right, now we're moving on to the arms, I believe. Yes, perfect. All right, this is gonna be a good one. All right, so with this, you're gonna take it off the side part here. If you have a like a door or something like that, or if you happen to have a higher beam like this, this exercise, you're gonna wanna loop this around something up high. So we're going to attach this here. Boom. All right. We've got this strapped up here, locked in there. And all I'm going to do is grab somewhere up higher on the band to get that tension, even tension on both sides. And then we're gonna work those triceps. So this is a tricep press down. All right, so I like to keep my chest a bit over top of my toes, kind of lean into it, get a nice stretch in the triceps, and then press right down to full lockout. We're gonna do 10 to 12 reps here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Then I'm gonna take the black band here, and we're gonna do, so this is just the lighter band, and then we're gonna do some curls. All right, so with these, I'm actually going to be grabbing it in a crossover. So I've got it wrapped around my feet, and I'm crossing them over to curl up, because your biceps work two main functions. So the one is to flex the elbow, the other is to basically rotate the palm upwards. It's called supination, all right? So rotating the hand outwards and flexing at the elbow. So by crossing it over, you're getting more of a diagonal tension on the biceps, so that's forcing you to pull that palm upwards and get both functions of the biceps working. All right, so 2, 3, 4, same thing, 10 to 12 reps. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. Getting a solid pump out of those. Wicked. All right, so we've got almost everything. Now we're just gonna finish off. We've got 2 exercises for the shoulders and then 1 for the abs and obliques. And you know, it's only been half an hour, so this is a solid workout here. Nice and quick, but still super effective. So let me just grab this, because we're doing some lateral raises and that. Oh, I guess I haven't told you, but all right, so the next exercise we're doing is lateral raises. So I'm grabbing a lighter band. The focus on this is to work the side of your shoulder. You really don't need a ton of weight for that. It's more about isolating that muscle and really focusing on feeling the tension there, rather than other muscles kind of taking over and just using momentum to flop your arm up and down. So let me just grab something to drink here. All right. Okay. Important to stay hydrated while you're working out. All right, so I think again for this, I'm gonna see how this feels. Either gonna do it crossed over, do both at the same time, or I will just do one side at a time, depending on how this feels. Yeah, it's too much of a weird tension at the top when it starts pulling across this way and on the diagonal. So I'm just gonna do one side at a time. For this, the key with this is just like with those bicep curls, you want the movement to be coming diagonally, okay? Because if you're doing it straight up from this foot, you're only gonna be working basically straight up and down is where the tension's gonna be going. Whereas if you cross the band across your body, so it's on my left foot, but I'm grabbing with my right arm, then when I extend up to the side, it's pulling on more of a diagonal plane of motion. So that is super important for these. Just standing on both ends of the band at the bottom, across the body, and then performing that lateral raise straight out to the side. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we're just doing 10 with these. I guess, well, you can do 10 to 12. I'm just doing 10. All right, so again, across the body, so all reps on one side and then the other. 1, 2, 5, 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right, so that is the side of the delts. Now, it's really important to also work the back of the delts, your rear delts, because that often gets neglected. And especially for us gamers, when we're sitting at the computer or anyone working at their desk all day or streaming, a lot of the times we're kind of, our chest is collapsed and our shoulders are rounded forward because we're using the keyboard and mouse. So we need to work the backs of the shoulders to pull everything from, you know, hunched over like this to back into proper alignment, improve your posture. It's gonna help to reduce stress on your neck. If you get headaches and stuff often, this can often help alleviate some of that, some of those tension headaches that you can get because of all that extra strain and stress in the neck and upper back. So these are awesome to do. All right, so with this, we're just doing bent over reverse flies. I'm gonna adjust this quickly. All right, so with this, I'm just stepping on both ends of the band, kind of right in the middle. Let me just see. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to use the lighter band for these. The tension on these is pretty extreme, so I'm gonna use the lighter band. Again, that's the beauty of these resistance bands. If you get just a little set like this, it's only 4 bands, maybe some of them come with 5, but just a little set, you've got all your different resistances you need. Is basically the equivalent of having an entire dumbbell rack or like an entire cable setup. It's kind of both in one. So, and I mean, this is probably a couple grand, and then your dumbbells and stuff like that. Like, it's $50 for all these is a lot more affordable. All right, so we're gonna step right in the middle. We're just gonna grab in the ends of the band here, and then we're just raising straight out to the sides, keeping our torso bent almost parallel with the floor. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6. With these, we're going for 10 to 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. Really feeling that in here, which is perfect. It's exactly what we want. Now, we've worked pretty much every muscle group in the body. The only thing we haven't directly hit yet is the abs and the core. All right, so we are going to do some wood choppers. All right, so it's gonna be working the same muscles. It's gonna be working your core,